HAFA, this is Jude, all the way from Guam. Thank you for joining me on NFT Starts Here. Click subscribe and share this video. We're here to talk about the UFC 280 Collection Challenge, and I am so hype about not just this challenge, but the fight itself. So we're gonna go straight into the card first. If you want to skip about the card, I just think we should talk about the card because the card is killer. But yeah, if you want to skip this, I'm putting chapters here on the YouTube video. So just go on and skip along and go straight to the actual collection challenge if you want to learn more about some of my tips I want to give you guys about that, okay? All right, let's have fun. Thanks. Out there. So first one, right before the main card, the last one on the prelims, we got Bilal Mohammed challenging Sean Brady. Sean Brady being the up-and-coming fighter and wrestler from Philadelphia. Both here on a winning streak. Obviously, Bilal's got the bigger experience. I'm going to be telling you my predictions, who I would bet on myself. And you tell me who you think you guys got for each of these fight cards. I'm going to put my money on Bilal Muhammad here. He's just got this new confidence with him. He's training with Habib. Sean Brady just killer, no fear. If you saw that win, that stare down, no fear. But I just think he's too young. Hasn't fought the best of the best like Bilal. Next, the first one on the main card, we got Caitlin versus Manny. My money's on Caitlin right here. She's pretty, I don't know, she's got all this confidence as well. We got number 1 versus number 6. During the conference, Manny didn't really have much to say. She was kind of quiet. You know, Caitlin just wants to fight whoever the hell. She's a fighter, genuine gangster fighter. She and Nate Diaz should take it on. Next, we got Beneil Dariush versus Gamrot. Another crazy fight. Right? All these fights are crazy. My money's on Beneil. Beneil's also just wants to fight. He just wants to get this out of his system. Gamrot also another confident fighter. Beneil, I'm a little disappointed because I felt like he should have been the backup instead of Alexander, but I'm biased because I do have a gold card for the UFC Chronicles. I have a 10 out of 10 for Beneil Dariush, so I'm actually hoping he wins, but who knows, right? He should get the next title fight, but Alexander Volkanovski, who I love too, one of my favorite fighters nowadays. He's actually the backup, so, but my money's on Beneil. Next, we got Peter Yan, Sean O'Malley. Oh man, what a killer fight right here. Number 1 versus 11. My money's on Peter Yan. Again, just the experience, the type of killers he's had to fight. Nothing against Sean O'Malley, who's definitely been through some people, but nothing as big as Peter Yan. But you know, Sean O'Malley's got the height, the reach, the skill, the confidence. He's got everything. But it's just got to be Peter's confidence and his reputation in fights that he's been through. Next, we have my not so favorite people, but this should be a really exciting fight too. We got Aljamain Sterling versus TJ Dillashaw. My money here is on Aljamain Sterling. I think he's just confident. He looks prepared. You can see in his training he's taking it super seriously. I've learned too that this guy's pretty smart, man. You can tell, you know, he's got a high IQ of fighting and just generally great intelligence. Just his analysis of fighters, analysis of people is really all there. And you can see how he's kind of picking on Dillashaw because everybody knows Dillashaw gets pretty sensitive whenever people pick on him, whatever. He doesn't really have to come back. But he did pretty alright in this contest. But my money's on Aljamain. Last but not least, we got Charles Oliveira versus Islam Makhachev, the final event, the final fight. My money is on Charles Oliveira. He is the man. And my reason again is freaking, he's just got this swagger about him all. Every time how he's talking about how he's like, there's a champion, his name is Charles Oliveira. Even when that whole debacle about the scale, which I think was pretty messed up. Anyway, Charles just been through some of the crazier fighters, the bigger killers in the division. Islam has a fight winning streak, I think, of 10 winning streaks in the UFC, but he hasn't been through the same top dogs as Charles Oliveira has. So my money's on Charles Oliveira. So yeah, man, killer card. Let's just go straight into the collection challenge. So I'm about to go into the challenge instructions, but if you're already confident about what to do, you want to skip the instructions that I'm going to go through, just go ahead and follow along here. There are some little tips that while I'm doing the instructions,
that hopefully you guys caught. It's really about reading the details of it. But if you want to skip the instructions and the details there, then go ahead and click on the line moving forward on tips and tricks. Okay? Good luck. Have fun.
So pretty much we have up until October 25th of Tuesday to be able to make this submission in order to win possibly a Charles Oliveira or Islam Makhachev fandom moment. Um, Obviously for Oliveira, we got the submission over Justin Gaethje. For Makhachev, you can win the submission over Drew Dober. But in order for you to get one of those, so if Charles Oliveira wins and you have these three moments in your bag, in your bank, then you'll be able to win his fandom moment. However, be careful, okay? I got confused. I get confused with the UFC Strike's instructions. I don't know what it is, but their method of doing these instructions is crazy. But we'll get into that later. Be careful, right? Charles has a champion. He also has a contender moment. Make sure it's the contender moment. Sean O'Malley, make sure it's a challenger. And Michael Chandler, he also has two moments, a champion and a fandom. Make sure it's the fandom moment, right? But if you have all three, then you have nothing to worry about. If you have all three and Charles wins, you get Charles's fandom new moment for UFC 280. And next, if Islam Makhachev wins and you have these three, so Islam's challenger moment, Khabib's contender, not his champion's contender moment, and Chep Congo's fandom moment, you will be rewarded with Islam Makhachev's 280 fandom moment. Max one per collector, and let's just go. We went through the deadline already. I think this part here is important. So if there's no winner, meaning there's a draw or no contest, a fight cancellation occurs in UFC 289. Collectors who complete the collection challenge. So if we completed one of these three, this three or the other three, then we'll be given a voting ballot to choose between Charles Oliveira or Islam as the fandom moment reward. So I guess we'll go through that voting session. Whoever wins the majority will determine which one is minted and rewarded to us. So ultimately, if this stuff happens, we win as the consumer, right? That's not something that'd be exciting to watch, obviously, but it's obviously a big advantage for all NFTs. And like I was talking earlier, the instructions when it comes to the UFC Strike, it's not always very clear. They don't get all the details here. Sometimes I have to go to the Discord about it, but I like looking at this blog here. So I went through this quickly earlier today just to knock out all the details. Most of the stuff we've already talked about here, but this sentence here, the criteria connected to the losing fighter will not generate a reward. So that's pretty much saying just because you fulfill, let's say for example, Charles Oliveira's criteria, right? You bought these three moments. That doesn't mean that if Islam wins, that you're gonna get Islam's fandom. No. In order for you to get anything, you have to have it under the criteria of the person who wins. But of course, if you have the capital, you have the money, you can win that, or you obtain that, and you obtain this, all together, all six of these, then you have nothing to worry about. You're gonna get one of them regardless, right? But not all of us have that money. I don't plan on investing that much money into this kind of stuff, especially if it's really just a founder. Maybe if it was a champion moment, I'd probably think about it. And after me looking at what the costs look like right now, prices are pretty crazy. Let's take a look at what's available right now. Let's take a shot at Charles Oliveira. Let's just open these up, get them ready, and so these are the three you would need to have in order to win Charles Oliveira. So right now we're looking at the lowest, which isn't bad. It's only $4 to buy these right now. There's a whole bunch of them, and let's see. I'm always thinking about trying to get the lower minted numbers. I want to get something that's worth more, but you should always start with your budget rate. Always start with your budget. Otherwise you're just going to be gambling and blowing money off, right? So here we got something in the 2-digit range. That's $65, not bad, but it is just a contender. For now, let's just take a look at it. So the lowest cost for Sean O'Malley is $47 right now, and there's a bunch of them. It goes up to $48, so on and so forth. For Michael Chandler, Right? The lowest there is $110 for his movement. So again, you have to get these three, 1, 2, and 3 in order to get Charles Oliveira, assuming that he does win the fight. Let's take a look at Islam Makhachev and what it takes to get his new fandom moment. Oops. So we're gonna have to get one check Congo. The cheapest one, the floor price we got here is $30. For Islam's challenger moment, the floor price here is $119, and then for Khabib, the floor price we got is $9. So it's a little bit more expensive than trying to win Charles Oliveira. But again, it comes down to budget, right? And just stick to your budget. If you're not following your budget, you're gonna end up, just blowing money off. And with these NFTs and these challenges, it's a game, right? You gotta learn how to play it right so you don't waste too much money. So challengers, look at their edition size, 1400. Fandom is 797, so it's lower. So this means that typically, generally speaking, that fandoms have a smaller edition size, meaning they're rarer, meaning they're more valuable, meaning they more than likely will cost more money. So you need to take that into consideration, right? Let's put this in order from highest to lowest. Let's do it. So the most expensive is about $160, $140, $130, $110, right? And we're not sure of what exactly it would cost when finally these moments become available on the marketplace, right? But we can have an idea of what it probably might cost, and I'm pretty sure, they're pretty up there. They might go between right here, I think, right here, or somewhere here. So between $100 to $140. And if it costs us, let's just take a look. 3 moments. We would need Islam, Khabib, and check. Let's check how much they cost. So we got Khabib $9 plus Islam's $119. That's $128. And then let's check combos. We're at $128 plus $30. That puts us about $158, right? Sure, if you did not have these moments, then you'll not have them in their bank, right? And these are investments, right? Ultimately, and NFTs are investments. But if you're on a budget and you want to save your money, then more than likely you may as well just buy one, unless you're super into having it minted, right? I'm really all about that as well. I'm invested in Charles Oliveira. I told you who I'm invested in, so I ended up buying the Michael Chandler. I bought the Charles Oliveira moment and the Sean O'Malley moment. So I invested a little over $150, right? But if you're on a budget, just so that you guarantee your win, I think that you could just wait for one of these two to be out in the marketplace. And when it comes out in the marketplace, I'm thinking it's going to be between $100 to $140, somewhere around there. And that in itself is cheaper than having to buy these 3 moments. And that goes for both. I already checked, right? I spent over $150. So, you got to be smart about this, right? And not everybody has the capital. Some of us are millionaires out there. I am definitely not one of those, and you could just buy everything and anything, buy all your champions. But if you're trying to keep it cool, you're trying to play it safe, maybe you probably should just buy it from the marketplace itself. So that's just my 2 cents. It's up to you guys. Start with your budget. Try not to get addicted, and try not to click on these things and just buy it, because I am definitely like that, and it's gonna bite me in the ass. So yeah, good luck out there, man. I'm gonna have some more videos about some tips of how to look at these challenges and how to look at the drops that are gonna come out, and how to hopefully save money, but then also save money, make some money as well. I'm not perfect at this, but I'm trying to put it out there, so we'll see how it goes. Alright guys, thanks for joining me. NFT Starch here. Adios, all the way from Guam. I love you all. Peace, love, respect. Take care.